And welcome back to the show. Our next guest is a board certified health and wellness coach, a mindset strategist, as well as a nutritional lifestyle coach, as well as a personal trainer with over 10 years of experience working with busy career women and girls in the area of obesity, fitness, chronic illnesses, mindset, nutrition, as well as mental and physical health and injury recovery. Here to share a little bit more is LaJune Singleton. And LaJune, glad to have you here on Open.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you and to talk about this because really when we talk about really getting ourselves back in order, I believe it really starts with the mind. And I know you spend some time really dealing with the whole issue of mindset and mindset recovery. So talk to us about the power of mindset in just being able to succeed.
The power of mind is very, very, very much the overall of all decisions that we make when it comes to what we're going to eat, what we're going to do, if we're going to be physically active or not. So the mind is very powerful when it comes to fitness. I've had clients call me and say they only want to do 2 days, and I ask them what they're physically doing, what their weight currently is, and they'll say, okay, I'm over 200 pounds. I don't really work out. Okay, if you're only doing 2 days a week, your mindset isn't there enough to do the other days by yourself. So you really have to get your mindset together to be focused on what you plan to incorporate.
And I think about myself, right? I think sometimes I've had good game plans, have that New Year's resolution. I'm gonna get this thing right. I'm gonna do this right. And yeah, the body is not ready and the mind's not ready sometimes. But I know in order for the body to get right, the mind has to be right.
Right. The mind definitely has to be right because that's the game we play every January 1st is, oh, after New Year's, I'm going to lose all this weight. And then time started to go by, and we find so many excuses because we're not mentally ready to make the transition into becoming healthier. So it's not just exercising, it's basically your mindset. It's being willing to change, eating healthy, making those type of transitions. And then the fitness is only like 20% of that.
Yeah. And you've been a wellness coach for a minute and really helping people through and navigating through their struggles. And I understand that you can see it from a different perspective because you actually yourself had to deal with depression and things of that nature. So share a little bit about your journey.
So with my journey, I lost my dad at the age of 6, dealing with grief, not overcoming that, dealing with childhood molestation, things like that, trickled into depression. I went to a point where I didn't know how to deal with anything. I felt stuck. And when you're stuck, you find comfort, and comfort can be in food, it can be in drugs, it can be in alcohol, whatever your addiction of choice is. And mine was food. Food was my comfort. I got stressed out, I would immediately find something to eat. I would get upset, I would find something to eat. So after my knee injury, I went from 120 to the 155s, and the stress and depression just trickled on, and the highest I got was 192 pounds. And I had never been that big before. Just the depression just kept coming, the stress, the worry, the frustration, those type of things. Just learning how to overcome those things, which was through counseling, it was through coaching, it was through a retreat, to realize that, okay, you are worthy. You have to change how you behave. You have to change how you act. You have to change the words that you use, your thoughts. So once I realized that I was being my own self-destruction, I had to change. And it starts with change because we say some very negative things to ourselves, like, I'm broke. Why? If you saying you're broke, yeah, you're gonna be broke. I'm fat. Okay, you're saying negative stuff. You have to say positive stuff. You can say, like, I may not be where I am with my size, but I'm working on becoming what I want to be when it comes to my size.
Mm. Give me a little bit for this person that actually hears you and says, listen, you know what? I'm on this journey. I'm trying, right? But I got off the boat. I quit. I stopped, and it got a little hard. I know it got hard for you. So, what would you tell people who are dealing with the hard time of trying to make that recovery?
So it's always going to be challenges. Life is challenges. So it's learning how to overcome and deal with those challenges because every day is not going to be pretty. Every day is not going to be perfect. How do you deal with those? Dealing with those differently. Instead of running to food for comfort, how about you take a walk? How about you meditate? How about you call your support system? Finding different outlets than what you usually do and not giving up because, it's not going to be easy. I work with clients and I've been working with one client since last year. And she still has a struggle when it comes to abs. And she's like, okay, we're doing abs today. And I'm like, no, we're doing total body workout. Yeah, your abs are included into that. But she still pushes through because she knows she wants the end results. So that's what counts is getting that end results. It may not look pretty at first, but it does take work.
Yeah. So if somebody's actually watching and saying, "Listen, you know what? I want to get my life right. I can identify with you, but I need your help. So how can they go about accessing you?"
So you can reach me on LaJuneSingleton.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, LaJune Singleton. Definitely, I have like group specials going on that you want to start working on. And it's also mindset. Mindset is definitely important. I tell any client that contacts me about personal training, we need to start with mindset because if you've been playing up and down roller coaster with this game, your mindset isn't together, and it's something that's going on that you need to deep dive into to overcome to get to that healthy weight that you want.
Yeah. So I think that people can really benefit a lot from learning how to have a healthy mindset. And before we go, just share with us a little bit about that mindset. What's the greatest thing that you could say to do in overcoming that mindset, that negative mindset, that mindset that says, listen, you know what, procrastination mindset. Those are two huge things. But what advice can you give before we get out to help people through that?
I would definitely say first start with forgiving yourself because we always fault ourselves for the things that we're unable to do. It takes baby steps. Everything doesn't happen overnight. So please don't think that you're going to lose a whole bunch of weight in a week. It's unrealistic and healthy weight at that. So mindset, forgiving yourself, love yourself, self-care, journal, things like that. It definitely does help. It definitely helped me come up with a new perspective on becoming healthier. So I would definitely say invest more in yourself in the time and the things that you need to do for you to become healthier. Mindset, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It starts with you.
June Singleton, thank you for being with us. And for people who want more information, yeah, you can visit her at LaJuneSingleton.com. Thanks, LaJune, for coming and being with us.
Thank you for having me on.